How's it going, everyone? So we have another top 30 visit for the Packers, and this one's going to be on Mike Washington Jr. out of Arkansas. So Mike Washington Jr. comes in as the third best overall ranked halfback in this year's draft class, according to the consensus draft board, and is currently ranked 69th overall out of all the players. For his RAS score, he has a pretty high RAS score of 9.87, comes in at a height of just under 6'1", weighs 223 pounds, did the bench press 17 times, had a vertical jump of 39 inches, and a broad jump of 10 feet 8 inches. And for his 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.33 second 40-yard dash, which was the fastest out of all the halfbacks at the NFL Combine this year. So a pretty athletic, fast dude, and especially at that weight, 223, that is a very fast, big guy right there. So for his time at the collegiate level, he spent 5 years at college. His first 3 years was at Buffalo. His time at Buffalo, he had 27 games played, 263 attempts for 1,119 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. Transferred over to New Mexico State, played there for 1 year, and played in 12 games, had 157 attempts for 725 yards and 8 touchdowns. Then for his final year, he transferred over to Arkansas, where he played in 12 games, 167 attempts for 1,070 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns, and which was also the best yards per attempt out of all his career, because in Buffalo, he averaged 4.3, New Mexico State averaged 4.6, and then over at Arkansas, with better competition, averaged 6.4 yards per carry. Now, over on the PFF side for his grade, as you see in Buffalo for his first 3 years, his run grades starting in 2021 had a 74.3, then a 73.8, and then a 68.3. Went to New Mexico State, had a 70.5 run grade, and then in Arkansas jumped up to an 84.3 run grade. And if you kind of also look, his fumble grades are not that good. He did have 10 fumbles in the regular season for his entire collegiate career. In his last year at Arkansas, had 3 fumbles, and then New Mexico State had 4 fumbles. So 7 fumbles in the regular season in the final 2 years of his career. Not very good on that front. So what are some of the strengths and weaknesses for him? Well, one, he's a big dude and he runs very fast. He's ran a 4.33 at just over 220 pounds. So that's a pretty big dude running very fast. So he is very athletic. He also is a downhill power kind of type runner. He's a decisive one-cut runner who punishes defenders and consistently falls forward, so very good on that front, especially at that size and that speed. Then he also produced at the SEC level in his final year at Arkansas, so he's able to pretty much produce against some top talent instead of just kind of producing with Buffalo and New Mexico State. And then in his final year, he kind of became a slightly reliable check down runner for him, or target, as he did have 28 catches in his final year at Arkansas. Now, some of the weaknesses, ball security, very big thing. Like I said, 7 fumbles in the regular season in the final 2 years and 10 overall, or 10 fumbles for his entire collegiate career at the regular season. Not good. Needs to secure that, especially if he's going to go up to the NFL level where they're going to be punching the heck out of that ball. Then also pass protection. He's very bad in pass protection. And if the Packers were to draft him, he's not going to see the light of day if he can't pass protect. It's a big thing of Matt LaFleur. So he's going to have to get coached on that if the Packers were to go for him, or just in general, as he could be starting off as a rotational running back. So his pass protection, a lot left to be desired, and is pretty bad at this current time. And then lastly, he has an upright running style. So he runs with a high pad level, which can expose him to big hits and disrupt his bounce. He needs to lower his pad level and pretty much run through the defender a little bit better in that sense. And so right now he's kind of projected to be probably a round 2, round 3 running back. And if he is a round 2 running back, I don't really see the Packers going for him, especially with their first pick in the NFL draft, deeming any trades, of course. So I don't really see the Packers going for that. But if he does slide into round 3, or potentially some draft analysts believe he could potentially slide to the 4th and 5th round due to the fact of his ball security is a very big concern. If he slides into the 4th, 5th round, then maybe the Packers would take a flyer on him. But as of right now, if he does just go in the 2nd round, I highly doubt the Packers will go for him. And now, as for a comparison, like what type of running back, a pro comparison that they think he kind of simulates to, Per Bleacher Report, they say Chris Carson. I'm going to add another website because I know that the last one with Ted Hurst, the George Pickens comparison was apparently not very liked. So just in case, another player that they are comparing him to on NFL Draft Buzz, current NFL player is Quinshawn Judkins. So take what you will from that. But like I said, on Bleacher Report and also NFL.com, Chris Carson, who played for Seattle, didn't really do much except for like 2 years, and then kind of flared out of the NFL. And then a current NFL player comparison on NFL Draft Buzz, Quinshawn Judkins. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.